can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks, I'm Matt.
And I'm Bruce.
Whoa. Hey.
I wanted to cover, on one of the previous podcasts,
yes.
You didn't have me on. You didn't bring in the man with the knowledge. Y'all were talking about heroes y'all wanted to see in movies.
Okay, tell us some.
Namor.
We brought up Namor.
And he's going to be in Black Panther.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But he's white.
Yeah.
Is he Black Panther?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's weird. Why would you put Namor and Black Panther? He is such a big name at this point. He's bigger than a lot of the people who have gotten their own TV shows and movies now. That was a great pick, by the way.
But that's been a lot of the talk.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this. Is there any other hero that was not named that you think should have been? Because you know about comic book heroes, too. Like, I had to go outside of Marvel and DC because there's a lot of other, third-party ones I'd like to see. The Wildstorm people, the Image, I mean, Spawn has already been in a movie, but I'd like to see them remake Spawn.
They've been talking about doing that.
They'll never do that.
But,
No, that's got to be a joke.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Maybe they shouldn't do Namor. Namor to me always kind of looked like Spock. That looks like a fan dressing up as Namor. But
they gave him the goatee.
Why? When has he ever had a goatee?
Never. Other than that, that's really the only thing that really throws off as being just odd.
But does he have the pointy ears?
Yeah.
Does he have the haircut? I love that haircut in the comic books they give him. It's like dweeb. But he didn't care. No one tells him because he'll break him in half.
He's kind of weird because he's kind of basic Superman strength level, but he's the fish guy.
What other superheroes would you like to see in movies? Is there one?
There's characters I would like to see. I would love them to adapt Death's Head. He's just one of my favorite, D-list characters.
You're the only person who knows who Death's Head is.
Not. We have our own little cult.
Marvel United, the game you're looking at earlier, we talked about last time you were here, they have all the most random comic book people, and they did not get Death's Head. But someone had to say at the end of the run, said, wait a minute, they didn't make Death's Head. Who cares about Death's Head?
We have our own little cult. We're going to push for it.
But Death's Head had just as much popularity as Guardians of the Galaxy, probably more. Because I've heard of Death's Head. Well, no, I've seen a Death's Head comic book. I've never opened up a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. This is previous to the movie, of course.
Yeah. I was a fan of the old school Guardians and the characters that became the new school Guardians that were now in the movie.
Wow. Yeah.
I was a big Drax fan back in the day.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so going to talk a little bit of a showdown of movies and TV shows. First one, movie. We'll go with this one. We both saw Jurassic World Dominion. Is that the third one?
Yes.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It was fun.
You made an outstanding observation, and when I was watching the movie, I could not stop thinking about it. The villain. This thing is, first off, dinosaurs, check. Fun scenes? Check. My favorite scene actually with the dinosaur is when she's crawling through the mud and the water, and it's slowly sneaking it behind her.
Yeah.
That's the best dinosaur scene out of them all.
Yeah, my kids really like that dinosaur. I can't ever pronounce his name.
I don't know either, but that was a good scene. But the thing is, if the villain had done absolutely nothing,
he would have won.
He would have won. Every decision he makes just blows up in his face, and it gets worse, and it makes no sense that he is doing the decisions that he's
somebody like that, and he's just the dumbest guy.
He is the dumbest guy in the world, and you had said that before I'd seen the movie, and as I'm watching, I'm like, holy cow! Every decision, and they're dumb, they're stupid decisions, and he's getting all mad and everything, dude. You're the one who did it. You did everything, and it made no sense. And you went against some of the people who are saying, no, don't do this. Bad idea. The people you hired to do their job, and you said, no, do it. And it's like the guy who just keeps punching him in the face, and he punches himself in the face and then gets mad. Who threw that punch? And everyone's looking at him going, you did. No, I didn't. Now, I'm going to take my fist and ram it into my face as hard as I can. Don't do that, sir. It's going to hurt. No, it won't. Pam. Ow! That's really dumb. Really dumb.
That was some bad writing on that part.
It's terrible writing. And here's the thing. The movie did not... when they mixed the old with the new, I was like, oh, okay.
Fun, yeah.
But they were two separate movies the entire time until the last 20 minutes, when it was good. The last 20 minutes was good. But the whole time you're following two different stories.
Done without the locust.
And
I
I'm
could have cut that out and done something else to,
Yeah, but mixing them together, you only had 20 minutes of ideas. Maybe it was 30 minutes long. No, I think it was the last 20 minutes they brought them together. They had that big run away from the dinosaur thing. Then they had to escape. Once they got rid of him, they had to escape from the helicopter. So it may have been 30, but I don't know. It couldn't have been more than 30. But the thing is, though, those are fun. But why didn't you do this ahead of time? And the movie just seemed to be all over the place. It's like one person said, okay, you write this story, you write story A, and y'all write story B, and somehow figure out how to push these two together. I mean, it felt like the old people had nothing to do with the new cast. I mean, eventually you knew these two would meet up, but their goal was totally different from the other goal, and again, you knew they were going to meet up, but I don't know. In Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, dinosaurs work better when they're on an island. They work better when they're on to stop bringing them into the real world. It was fun when Lost World did it, and they should have stopped. They should have never done it again. Jurassic Park 3 is superior to all three of these films because it's a fun. Have you seen it lately? We watched it before we watched Jurassic World, and I turned to Megan after Jurassic World. I went, well, guess what? Jurassic Park 3 isn't the worst Jurassic movie. And I thought
never complained about Jurassic World 3.
Well, out of the three, I said that's the worst of the three. But now it's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining. Whereas the other ones, and Dominion is not the worst one. That would be Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom, yeah,
was pretty bad. Yeah, but Dominion is worse than Jurassic World, the first one. I would like the first Jurassic World better.
Yeah, I would say definitely 1, 3, 2 on the sequel
trilogy. And then the new T-Rex. No,
the Giganosaurus.
The old T-Rex and the new creature from this movie team up. It was Godzilla. Oh, yeah. That's why you liked it. It was Godzilla teaming up with Mothma or whatever to take down the big mega Godzilla. And I was like, why are we? We're supposed to cheer for the old and the new. There they are together, fighting and roaring. And I mean, I was like,
that was kind of that fight scene was fun, but it was so contrived.
And are you ready for this? In the end, nothing happens. Everything they do is for nothing because it starts off with that news commentary. How, a world living in dinosaurs. Man must survive. How will they survive? At the end, it's another news broadcast.
No,
we must, because it shows birds flying with pterodactyls.
No,
and dolphins swimming with, the whales swimming with
No, that they would be eating.
They would be eating them. But the thing is, earlier, it was all chaos. But now, nature is working together now. Nothing you did made that happen. Why are they working together now? Because you just decided to. There's no reason for that. In fact, it would have been much better, and this is where I thought they were going to go for it. Because you remember Alan Grant, that's his name? Yeah, he said in the very first movie, he said, looks like we're out of a job.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it have been great if there was a spore or something that was in the girl's DNA that would break down the DNA for all the dinosaurs created if it got airborne and kind of chemically melt them down.
Basically how they killed the locust creatures.
Yes. And so that gets out in the air, by accident or on purpose and kills off the good and the bad dinosaurs. And their flesh starts rotting off and they go back to bones. And so maybe Grant now says, well, looks like we're back in business. But
then there would be the next sequel trilogy would not be.
Well, the thing is, it would tie up everything. It would solve the man and dinosaurs. These two weren't meant to live in the same, error, and now they are. Well, no, now they're not because dinosaurs were not meant for this world, and that's maybe what Malcolm says at the end. He goes, dinosaurs weren't meant for this era. Yeah, he says that in the end of A Fallen Kingdom, right? He said, now we've disrupted nature.
You've pretty much been saying that since the first movie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is, now everything's set right. Yeah. Nature finds a way. Yeah. The spores get out and kill the dinosaurs because they're not allowed to be in this world at this time anymore. They're supposed to be in the past. And so that, I think, would have made a better ending than just nothing changed. There's still big dinosaurs in the water. They're still dangerous. Ending. But they're all going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the pterodactyls and the birds are flying together. Yeah, but they're still going to kill a human when they see one. There's no difference. It's just like, what? It was just, that was aggravating. That, to me, was, like I said, your bad guy observation was spot on, but that there was nothing accomplished. There was nothing accomplished through this movie. I was like, that kind of pissed me off. Megan hated it. Megan hated it. She at least watched the second one. This one, she was on her phone. She instantly started tuning out when she started realizing the old folks had nothing exciting to do because they can't run around like the new folks can. But I don't know. And then the thing is, though, I wanted to see Malcolm's daughter. Why don't we just combine everything in there? I mean, seriously, from Lost World and stuff. Why don't we just... And the kids are still alive. The grandkids are still alive. Why don't we bring them... And they're still well, no, the boy's acting. The girl retired. She went back to school. But I don't know. Just missed opportunities. All right. Moving on.
Your favorite?
Let's crawl up the anus of the next one and let's talk about The Boys season 3. Oh mercy. Our friend Roger Carter. If there was one episode I'd have him watch with me, it wouldn't be episode 1. but wouldn't that be the case that we wanted to show him this movie?
If you had plans on watching The Boys, I just skip the first 10-15 minutes of the first episode. Oh my goodness, I'm traumatized.
I'm like, what the heck, man? What the heck? Now there's a lot of whoever
wrote that scene should be executed as a crime against humanity.
Yeah. But it is funny
what they did when poor Ant-Man.
It's pretty funny when Andre goes, he's headed. No, the guy goes, he's headed for my ass. He's headed for my ass. Hurry, get him. I mean, it makes you laugh and it makes you cringe at the same time when she's fighting with the dildo battle. It's like disgusting and hilarious at the same time. So this movie went ultimate crass in season 3.
You know there's got to be that guy in the writer's room. They're sitting around.
College guy.
What is the guy that the other writers looked at and said, no, man, that's too far?
There was no one. There was no... Amazon said, you know what? We're not going to censor anymore. You go ahead and do whatever you want.
But you could tell that during season 2 because they brought back... the
Homelander scene. Yeah, that they wanted in season 1. Which was, what the heck?
That was the one scene that was too much for Amazon.
Yeah.
They let them put it in. And this, you could tell, it was completely whatever you guys want to do.
And the big thing here that a lot of people are talking about, they really stick it to the right to let them know they don't like the right and right-leaning people and blah, 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 blah. And, they've gone out of their way to push this stuff. But I just think it's one of those things. There's a new...
the thing is, these guys that make it are like so progressive.
Oh, they're so progressive,
all the
yes.
way back around.
Yes.
And they can't even get it straight to where, there's a reason why the far right loves the show too.
Like it's the MAGA people who are the violent people. And everything, and all this stuff,
but
and I was like,
that's the woke corporation.
Yes. It's so funny. It's like you're trying to twist it to put your image on top of the opponent's image, and it doesn't. It's not.
Do it.
Anyone with 2 cents of knowledge knows that what they're. It just looks stupid, and it kind of reminds me of there's another completely, as the kids say, woke show, the new Saved by the Bell show.
Yeah.
Extremely to the extreme. So extreme, I highly recommend it. It's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. I mean, it's so good.
It's like remember the episode with Vaughtland?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was great. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that is funny.
But what they're saying, the great wokeness is the evil corporation, which is.
Yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
I argue with you.
There you go. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, it's so anti this and anti that it's funny to me. It's funny to me because it's just so blatantly obvious and beaten over the head. But it's like, dude, you can't fool anyone. Like, obviously they're talking about Fox News being fake news. Yeah. But we know who's been caught busted lying more times. I mean, peaceful yet fiery protest. I mean, come on. We know where you get that joke from. You're getting that joke from your news broadcast.
But, they recently fired their head people. They're starting to, clean up the whole system, from
yeah,
Kumo to
Yeah,
The name of
yeah, well, yeah, him. But the thing is, though, they've been busted so many times. It's just ridiculous. And you're trying to say that's not them. That's this other group here. Whatever, And but I will say eating an octopus and then maybe poking one. Octopus scenes are abounding.
He was just wearing it like a jockstrap.
Okay, you keep telling yourself that. A-Train's back, baby. It's great stuff. Overall, I thought it was really good. I am Soldier Boy.
That was good.
Captain America, good stuff.
I think Anthony Starr, Homelander, put on some of his best performances.
He's great. He's great.
Good.
There's no doubt he's the best thing about this. He's just really good. Well, I mean, I also like Bones. Carl, what's his face?
Carl Urban.
Yeah, he's great. He's great in everything, though.
Everything.
I mean, we've talked about the new.
One of the main reasons I wanted to watch the show because I like him and stuff.
And we've talked about the newest Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
With him in it, and folks, it bombed in theaters, but you got to see it. It's one of the best. It's definitely the best Judge Dredd movie. But the thing is, though, I like Sylvester Stallone Dredd too. I am the law. But the thing is, though, it's the new Judge Dredd is a great comic book movie. Period. Among the top.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good. It's definitely worth watching. And he doesn't take off the mask.
Yep.
Something you'll never see anyone ever do again. So that's called what we call a team player. Because everyone wants to have their face shown. They get their feelings hurt. Their face shown.
Learn Snake Eyes.
Yeah, Snake. Did you see that?
I try to forget. It ruined my childhood.
I heard. I heard.
How do you take the character of Snake Eyes and make him not Snake Eyes? Well, that's what they do.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that good.
No, that was a glowing review. Whoever said it was not that good, it was terrible.
Wow, you don't say too many movies are terrible, so it must be really bad.
I'm gonna try to find something.
You're gonna find something good about it.
Take one of my favorite childhood characters.
Yeah,
and that ain't him. He doesn't put on the costume till the end. He doesn't stop talking throughout.
Okay, we're gonna have to. Is there anything else? Because you're getting to our next topic. Because I have a big complaint about the next topic. But the thing is, okay, anything else to add about The Boys?
The Boys. It's hard to say that I recommend it because I don't recommend this type of material to anybody.
it's pretty crass. This season's very crass, and it's like I can't watch this with anyone. Maybe my brother, and that's it. But it's not something. So, yeah,
he's watching it now. He hadn't finished it yet.
He
just finished the dildo fight scene. Will.
Okay.
He called me not too long before I came over.
Did it bring back memories of Will's days? Yeah. But no, whenever I watch the show, if I'm in bed, I gotta turn the screen and turn down the volume when the missus gets in the room. So I mean, that's just not one of the shows you know. But I'm interested in season 4. I'm interested in where they'll go with it. I haven't read the comic book, but I don't think it looks like they're straying pretty far from it, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I'll watch season 4. It hasn't turned me off.
Oh no, but I would say definitely. I think they're gearing up to wrapping it up in the next 1 or 2 seasons. Really.
Now here's my question: now that you've seen The Boys season 3, the cartoons that Black Noir is seeing, was that in the cartoon series? Were those characters featured in the cartoon series of The Boys? Okay, because I kind of thought for a minute when you had told me it was a cartoon, I was like, I'm not interested in that. And then I saw this cartoon creature and went, wait a minute, are they in the show? Is that a wink to the show?
The last episode of that cartoon series, you could say, was probably canon to the TV show. The rest of it,
jokes.
One of them was like a version of the comic book. It was like an adaptation of a comic book. It was characters as they looked in the comic book. It was done in that style.
Real quick, you wanted to mention the Deeps podcast.
yeah. Amazon put out it's like a podcast interview of the Deep being interviewed in the world of The Boys, on his autobiography that they mentioned in the series, and that was a lot of fun too. It was him and his wife and a news journalist, and it's just kind of fun the way they weave around first praising him, but then asking him the tricky questions that reveal
who he is. And I should also mention in the series, Deep is just great.
He's the second best after Homelander.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He's got an interesting story arc. He's a good actor, and he's funny.
Yeah.
He's funny.
And the thing is, the first episode they make you hate him.
Yeah.
He's not like that at
He's
all.
the creep.
Yeah.
But then you start feeling bad for him. When he goes to the hometown, the little old town,
He
and
rescues the dolphin.
I like when he's sticking the fingers in his gills. Ow, it hurts.
That was one of in the podcast they talk about that. That was a big traumatic rape scene that they wanted to cover.
But then that was an awesome Aquaman. The movie was going, dadgummit, we forgot to do that. Because it was a great scene of how powerful he is. It was really good. You know, he gets the villain or stops the villain all by himself with all those. It was a great scene. And I mean, surely Aquaman was there going, doggone it. They thought about it before we did. So anyway, there you go. That's on Amazon, right?
That's on Amazon.
And it's like $1. So I don't know.
It's free.
Oh, it's free. It's free because a free special you got, but is it okay?
No, I think it's free to anybody who wants to listen to it.
Okay, so go ahead and listen to that. You'd recommend that? Would you recommend the cartoon?
Some of the episodes were good.
Okay.
Like the one that was adaptation, like a version of the comic book, that was really good.
Okay.
The last episode, which was Homelander's first day, that was really good. Some of the other ones, they were fun, but they was like the first episode was almost like a Looney Tunes type thing. It was just
right, bizarre and
loony,
kooky.
The laser eye baby, and it was
right.
It reminded me of
The Invincibles.
No.
Incredibles.
No, I had the Animaniacs that had the baby and the dog that would run around.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Okay. All right. So, out with the good, in with the bad. Let's talk about Miss Marvel.
I've been kind of looking forward to getting to this.
This show started off good.
And I watched this with Annabelle.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and your daughter's younger
I will give
too.
You her opinions on this, and she loved the first 2 episodes.
I'll admit, I enjoyed the first couple episodes. I went, you know what? I get it. It's a teenage girl show, and the drawings on the building.
Like Edgar Wright, Baby Driver, kind of.
I was about to say that. I just rewatched Baby Driver, which, by the way, may be the best film in the world.
It's pretty fantastic.
It's unbelievably good. And that's kind of what it reminded me of. And where she's kind of learning her power too and stuff. That's interesting stuff. So there's some good stuff. And then the rest of the series, and this is what, only 8 episodes?
Or was it 6? I don't remember.
But they make it feel like it's 30.
The thing is, once they leave and go back to their home country, which I think they were Indian.
And go back in time. That was a waste of an episode.
All that stuff should have been 1 episode to get that back. That was
so my gosh.
Nothing really happened.
I believe it was 8 episodes, and it could have been 4. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that should have been told a lot faster.
Oh my gosh, it drug out. And then all these other storylines that we don't care about.
Starting to lose patience with it. And then the big villain who had that just instantaneous change. I'm going to open up the thing, go back to my world.
All of a sudden I'm the villain.
Like, oh, wait, never mind.
And it made no sense, and that his power was just like Miss Marvel's was kind of boring then. And I was like, okay, that's it. And it felt like, you remember how Luke Cage kind of fell flat? Yeah. And it felt like Luke Cage, because you had a great actor, and I liked, he was great.
He was.
And I hope, I know they're bringing Daredevil back, right? There's plans to bring Daredevil back full time? MCU or no?
I'm assuming we'll hear more about that at Comic-Con.
Okay.
Next time we get together.
But I hope, and I really do hope, that Iron Fist and Luke Cage come together as a package and do a show together.
Because I think the Luke Cage actor said he's not coming back.
Dang. That's a shame, because he was great. It's just too bad the writers did not know what to do with Luke Cage. But with Miss Marvel, it could have gone just maybe 4 episodes, and I was thinking, doggone it. Here's the one reason why I'm going to rank it below Moon Knight, because I had a hard time. Moon Knight at least had an episode or 2 at the end that was okay.
This one got progressively worse.
This one just got worse. It was just downhill.
2 strong opening episodes.
Yes, it did. And I was saying, I even told you, I said, oh, this is on track to beat Moon Knight, but what can't lose to Moon Knight, And I seriously thought that. And the whole, bad episode after bad episode after bad, I kept going, okay, maybe it's on par. And it probably still beats Moon Knight because of those first 2 episodes. And then I realized I'm just hanging on to those first 2 episodes.
And the thing is, I had my hopes. Okay, once they left India, went back home, I was like, okay, we have the last episode. We're going to fix it up here. We're back to, and it's going to get fun again. And
it didn't. It was dumb.
Annabelle, the whole time was just like, this is so cringe.
No, it's terrible. It was terrible. And I hate it. It's done a million times now. It needs to stop. The whole introduce their costume at the very end. No. There's no anticipation. You're pissed off by then.
They should have stuck with Nightlight.
They should have gone with that. But the thing is, though, you know who did it right, and who was a just like a what's it called? They kind of broke the rules early. Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
Very first scene, you see all of Kong. I was like, oh, before the credits roll, you get to see. I was like, right on. So we don't have to sit here for an hour and a half before we see him. Well, that's new. And that's what they should be doing now. That's what they should be. And I know Moon Knight, yeah, at the end, you see Moon Knight. That's nice. But it's almost like if they'd have waited to the very end till he finally got his real Moon Knight costume. Let's say he walked around the suit the whole time. And then finally at the end, you see Moon Knight. Oh, I'd have hated it more. Okay? But that's what they did. And then she couldn't even wear the mask. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Her face has been shown the whole time. So when she wears a Mardi Gras-like mask, doesn't even cover her whole face, she introduces herself and then takes it off and has it off for the rest of the... I was like, okay, then what was the point then? If you don't want to wear the superhero costume.
I'm assuming she doesn't have a secret identity going forward.
I would hope. I hope they're not trying to insult the audience by saying she does. It was horrible. It was horrible, and it's a shame because, like you said, it started off really good. Like I was saying, oh, okay, because this is going to be Falcon Winter Soldier too. But Falcon Winter Soldier kills both of those. Because at least it had a very interesting U.S. agent story, and Baron Zemo's 2 episodes are just great. So, I mean, it had greatness attached to it. This one had nothing.
And what did you think about the post-credit scene?
Oh, you knew she was going to come back, but I thought it was dumb.
But the thing is, Annabelle was so funny because she was just like, why? Why would she show up? The only thing they share is a name. There's nothing connecting them at all.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of dumb because I said, and there's no way to get the actress in there that would make sense. Because I told you this, because I thought it was going to be where she's going to appear before and go, hi, I see you're taking my name. That's nice. And she would have gone, and the little girl would have gone, and that'd have been it, maybe, that little, but I said, that wouldn't have made any sense because why would Captain Marvel care about it?
She doesn't even care about the Earth that much.
She doesn't. So that you knew she was in at the end. As much as they talked about her, if they didn't put her in,
more in the Marvels next year.
Is that still coming out next year? I don't know.
I'm sure we'll hear more about it at Comic-Con. Coming soon.
Oh yeah, when is that? That's coming up soon. Well, we'll have to do a podcast about that. Okay, this is coming out next. This is the next podcast, so we can do this. So, all right. Well, we'll cover all the Comic-Con news next, but. Yeah, it was such a disappointing series that it had great potential. It had great potential.
The thing is, even the artwork, like the Edgar Wright stuff from Baby Driver, they just completely drop it. And that was so fun.
That's the other thing. It had its look. Okay, it's going to be doing this thing now. I get it. No, we dropped that. Why?
It was something unique and interesting and different than what they did on the other shows.
And then they decided to just go back. But it was... And they're so boring. It's so boring. Will her best friend become win the position at the mosque? No one cares because it didn't do anything to forward the story. It was just something to throw an idea at and to have a C-level story during some of their long, long episodes. And that's the other thing. You got 8 episodes. Make them count.
Yeah.
Good gravy. If a BBC show has 8 episodes, they make each one count. If they have 4 episode seasons, each one counts. Don't drag it out. And it's in Winter Soldier, Falcon, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel drags. Why does it drag? It's like we made this joke about the Defenders. You had an all-star team, and the 6 episode season should have been 2 because they had nothing to do with them. Get better writers then.
Yeah.
It's 8 episodes.
It's almost like they had the idea. Somebody threw the plot of the first 2 episodes, and they said, "That's great. We're running with that."
God bless
And
America.
then
It was
that's all they
awful.
did.
It was awful. So yeah,
All they did.
what's next?
I really don't remember.
There you go. That's how bad the last few shows are. All
We're
right.
still getting Secret War at some point, and
Is it gonna be a movie?
no, it's gonna be a TV show.
Oh no! Is it gonna combine all the TV shows previously and together or something?
All I know is it's Nick Fury and the Skrulls, and
Oh, it's gonna be a TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's odd. They wouldn't make that a movie because that's a pretty big story arc in the Marvel universe. They made a toy line after that back in the day. Remember the hologram shields and stuff.
This is the Skrulls, impersonating the people.
I know, but the Secret Wars was something different. But it was called the Secret Wars. But anyway,
But it's
all right.
nobody knows exactly what's going on. But it's be a Shield story. Maybe they're bringing Shield back to the story.
Are they gonna bring the TV show into it? Make them useful for once.
There has been talk of pulling in some of the characters, but I think it may be just the actors wanting to
want to get some money, be relevant. Yeah, but all right. Well, there you go. There's our rundown. Tell us what you thought of any of these shows, movies in the comments below, and we'll come back and do a Comic-Con rundown for you once that's done on Princes of the Universe.